I am not found, nor yet in earth and sky. Consciousness and joy incarnate, bliss of the blissful am I.
There we go. So we're reacting to Chris Eubank Sr.'s interview that he had on podcast a good few weeks ago. Now, when I was listening to this, my mind was blown. Now, the words that he recited and the poem that he recited was by a Indian philosopher, and the poem is called Song of the Soul. Now, in this poem, Chris Eubank is breaking down the key philosophy and truth of life and understand how we can obtain peace and fulfillment. But we also know that the words that he was saying and the words that he was speaking would have went over a lot of heads, and he would have looked and appeared the fool, okay? When you speak truth and when you understand truth, the world will look at you like you are the fool, okay? But this is the complete opposite going on here. This man is a man that is tapped into higher levels of understanding. He understands himself through and through, and the amount of knowledge and wisdom that he's been able to access is far and above and beyond the average person, because most people are not willing to look inside their own mind and understand how their own internal makeup works and how this mechanism works to truly build the life that they want and to reach and obtain higher levels of peace and fulfillment. And it's clear as that, okay? Man, if you want to build long-lasting results inside your life, you need to understand yourself more. Too many men today, in today's society, do not understand themselves at all. Therefore, the consequences can be detrimental to their belief, their confidence, their self-worth, what they can achieve in life, what they can't achieve in life, the impact and the inspiration that they can give to their families is all going to be lowered because they do not understand themselves. They're going to be constantly pulled towards vices and seeking the wrong things in life, surrounded by the wrong environment, all because they don't understand themselves. Man, if you're prepared to commit to the path of life and understand the words that this man spoke, then your life will open up a whole new door of opportunities. You'll be able to reach a new level of peace and fulfillment that was far beyond your grasp. And it's all inside yourself and understand how your mind works. And it's as simple as that, okay? Men run into the same problems year after year, not building the life that they want, getting disrespected, low confidence, low self-worth, and wondering where their time is going and where their time has been spent. 10 years from now, they'll look back on a life that they're not proud of or that you're not proud of, all because you didn't put in the necessary work that was required in a world where you need to understand who you are. The reason being because there's so much distractions out there that are ready to grab your mind, fill your mind with beliefs that just aren't true, so you're living in an automatic way that is not serving your highest potential. So men, I urge you to understand what Chris Eubank Sr. was speaking here in the TalkSport interview, because I guarantee this would have went over 99.9% of people's heads, and they would have thought this guy was chatting absolute nonsense and not understanding what was truly going on. This man has wisdom, knowledge, understanding. He knows himself. He's been on the path. He's committed to seeking higher levels of understanding and wisdom, and he's sharing it on a live podcast for you to break down and understand, okay? And if you can't understand the words that he's saying, then as far as that level of truth is concerned, then you are a lost man, and you need to understand to up your game, to reach your highest levels of potential, and most importantly, reach your full level of results and be a man that you can truly be proud of, okay? So this poem was by an Indian philosopher called Songs of the Soul. Make sure you read it, you search up on it, and you look on it, and you try to decipher and break down the words that he was speaking, and also what the poem is all about. Any questions, let me know. This channel is all about breaking down man's character, promoting a positive message on how men can lead effectively and seek higher levels of understanding and wisdom to apply to their daily lives so we can be the best men that we possibly can be. But of course, we're coming from a different approach that you will not see anywhere else on YouTube. And the approach that we're coming from is raw and real and honest. We've been through it all. We've had major setbacks in life. We've built the business that we wanted to. We're in the best shape that we want to be in. And we have learned along the way through a lot of trial and tribulations. But the key and the the thing at the top of the priority list is always to understand yourself. When you understand yourself, then you can really walk through adversity, challenges, and setbacks with ease, and you can learn and apply the wisdom that you learn onto your path of life and truly accomplish the goals you want to accomplish. But not only that, obtain higher levels of peace and fulfillment. Okay, Song of the Soul poem here. Make sure you check it out, and I'll leave the description, the link in the description below.